Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews. Today we're going to get into another Rob Zombie movie, Rob Zombie Halloween movie, and that is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Now, this one came out in 2009, gets a 4 point, I think a 5 on IMDb, and once again, written and directed by Rob Zombie. Now, of course, the 2007 film had made a bit of controversy. Some people loved it. I actually think it's one of those movies that when it first came out, people really loved it. Because I remember seeing positive reviews everywhere for it. And, of course, over the years, it has died down. But the film made enough money and got, a decent amount of critical acclaim. I mean, not really anything too spectacular, but the movie did decent, so they decided to make a sequel to it, and they gave Rob Zombie complete control of the series. Well, of his series. They gave it complete control. Rob was given complete creative control, and this movie was made. Now, to get in this movie, I was going to say this. This is probably one of the worst ones. I think this is probably down there with Resurrection and Halloween 5, and in my opinion, H2O. Because it's just, those movies to me have a lot of problems, and I never really watched this movie too much. It's dog shit, man. This really is dog shit. I mean, there's really nothing to offer from this movie. And I know that when it came out, even the people who enjoyed the first movie didn't like it. Critics didn't like it, and I don't think it did very well in the box office. So Rob Zombie said, nope, I'm not making it anymore. So Rob Zombie left it right here. This was the end of the story for him. And the rest is history. It's been this and the first one being the Rob Zombie movies. And I do think it has good things in it. Like, I'd be lying if I said that it didn't have good things in it. I really would be lying. I can appreciate how different it is. I can appreciate how it decided to take a different step into the series. I always appreciate when films do that, like Jason Goes to Hell, or Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. I really do appreciate when and Wes Craven's A Nightmare, of course. I really do appreciate when films try to take leaps in franchises. And most of the time, I give them chances and they're good. Like, I love Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I love Jason Goes to Hell. Nightmare on Elm Street 5 I used to hate, but honestly, I think it's an okay movie, honestly, if I can go back and remember it correctly. I think it's an okay movie. So most of the time I'm up for different stuff. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. That's a good example. Different sequel, totally different than the first movie, but it's done very well. I mean, you could say Part 4 is, Next Generation is pretty different as well, but I don't think it's different in a good way. But this movie has a lot of idiotic stuff in it, and it has a lot of silly stuff in it, and it has things in it that don't make sense. The movie has a plot that really is just confusing, doesn't make sense logically, doesn't make sense in the Rob Zombie series of movies, which is this and the first one, doesn't make sense in the Halloween franchise, and it's just a movie that has a lot of problems. But basically, it picks up right after the first movie, of course. At the end of the first movie, Laurie Strode had shot Michael Myers in the head, and that was how that movie ended. And pretty much Michael Myers is being loaded up, and he's put in his body bag and put in this truck. He's going to get transported, and Laurie Strode goes to the hospital. Michael Myers, of course, comes back to life after these two people driving this ambulance hit a cow. Yeah, they hit a cow, and Michael Myers wakes up, kills the surviving guy after the crash, and goes to the hospital after seeing his mom, Sherry Moon Zombie, with a white horse. And the movie opens up. I mean, the very first thing you see is a quote about white horses. And it opens up with, Michael Myers having this white horse toy. Of course, the kid Michael Myers is played by a different actor. And it's a scene that was never in the first movie. And, never seemed like it just doesn't fit the first movie. The white horse thing came out of nowhere. Where did this come from? This was never established. You can't just make a previous film that has the exact same scenes in the asylum, has the same exact story, like not story, but like in the same setting. You could have put this in the original movie if you really wanted to, but it's not in the original movie. This whole white horse stuff and Michael Myers seeing his mom, that came out of nowhere in this movie. It was just poof, there it is. It's just, I don't understand that. So Michael Myers, of course, goes to the hospital. The first like 20 minutes, first 15 minutes of the movie is like a Halloween 2 remake. Honestly, the best part of the movie, surprisingly. The way that it's shot, the rain, I thought really added a great atmosphere to it. I liked the way that it looked. It was very brutal. It was like, wow, okay, this is interesting. Then Michael Myers kills Laurie Strode, but she wakes up and it was a nightmare. And it goes into the story about PTSD, and Laurie found that she's the sister of Michael Myers, and found out that she's pretty much, her family was crazy. And Michael Myers, a hobo, walking around, which I don't mind the hobo design. I actually really don't. I think it's a very unique look for Michael Myers. I don't hate it. And it takes place years later. I think it's the very next year. And it's around Halloween again. And Laurie Strode is dealing with, of course, Scout Taylor Compton came back to play Laurie Strode again. Not very good at playing Laurie Strode. She's even worse in this movie. You have Danielle Harris coming back, you have Tyler Mane coming back, and you have Brad Dourif coming back playing Sheriff Brackett. Now, that stuff I really didn't mind. The Sheriff Brackett, Danielle Harris, Scout Taylor Compton stuff, I really didn't mind. I thought they had some great chemistry. I thought that stuff was actually pretty good. But Laurie in this movie, I understand she's dealing with PTSD, but she's just such a gripe to everybody. She's like, fuck you to her friends, and fuck you to Danielle Harris, and fuck you to everybody, her therapist, and she's screaming. It's just literally like she's annoying in this movie. Laurie Strode is annoying. And I've never seen a Halloween movie where they made Laurie Strode annoying. Except for the first movie. She was annoying in that, but she's even more annoying in this movie. Crying and screaming and whining all the time, and it's just like not how you do it. H2O is how you do it. Hell, this movie is how you do it. I'm not a big fan of it in this movie. I prefer H2O over this movie, but I'll take this stuff over Laurie in this movie. I really will, because she's just snappy with everybody, and she's rude to Danielle Harris, which she survived it as well. She was stabbed and almost killed, and yet she's the one that's, she's alright. She does not snap at anybody. She's kind of moved on. And so I don't really understand why Laurie Strode's got to be like that when Danielle Harris went through even more, or if not even more, than as much. I'm not going to sit here and say that, I don't know, they both went through hell, is what I'm trying to say. They both went through hell, and Danielle Harris really isn't acting like that, And there is some decent stuff. Like when Laurie Strode is crying and Scott Taylor Compton is giving her all, you feel bad for Laurie. It's just when the next scene she's saying, "Shut up, you bitch. I only paid to be my therapist." I'm like, whoa, okay, now you're not even likable anymore. Now you're telling your therapist to fuck off when she's trying to help you. It's like, I didn't like that. Laurie's friends in this movie, I don't even know their names in the cast. Like, I really, and they're not even on the DVD. I don't have IMDb right now. But her friends, her new friends, I didn't care for. They're all annoying. They're all typical. There's nothing to them. They have no chemistry. They're annoying. It's a really annoying cast in this movie. I mean, really, the only people I care about is Brad Dourif and Danielle Harris. And sadly, they're not the main stars of the movie. They're like side characters. They play a decent role in the movie, but it's mainly around Michael Myers and Laurie Strode and Loomis. And those are besides Michael Myers, Loomis and Laurie Strode in this movie are really bad. Because Rob Zombie made Loomis a character that has gone down in cinema history to be one of the best characters in horror. Donald Pleasance playing Loomis, I think, it's just unreplaceable. I mean, I'm a big fan of Malcolm McDowell. I love A Clockwork Orange. I love all the movies he's done. I mean, he's not given a bad performance. I really don't remember him ever doing a bad performance. But as Loomis, he doesn't have that presence as Donald Pleasance. And in this movie especially, they make him a dick, an egotistical asshole who cares about this. He's all about making his book and selling his book, and he wants to make sure he makes money off of it. You know, he says this line like, because this guy asked him if Michael Myers is still alive. He's like, "Let me make things nice and sparkling clear. Michael Myers is dead. Fucking dead." And I don't know. He's just badly handled in this movie, horribly handled in this film, and he really is an unlikable character. And they really, what I don't understand about this story is that, first of all, you ruin Laurie Strode. You make her a whiny, bitchy character. Then you make Loomis an asshole, and it's like, you actually blame Loomis in this movie for the murders. You blame him, because he puts it in the book without even telling Laurie Strode it personally. He knows that Laurie is out there dealing with PTSD, dealing with these issues after surviving all that crap, and he just puts it in the book like it's nothing. He doesn't care. You know, he meets he meets parents of the victims, doesn't care. It's just like Loomis in this movie, you really don't like him. And I don't like that because Loomis in the original movies was not like that. He was trying to help. He was trying to show that it wasn't his fault. And no matter how many, because Brackett gave him shit. All the cops gave him shit. "You let him out, Loomis, you let him out." And he's like, "I didn't let him out. I had orders for him to be restrained." You know, he was trying to defend himself, and also, through all of that, you know, all of that stuff in Halloween 1, 2, 4, and 5, and 6, he was trying to help out these people stop Michael Myers the whole time, no matter what he took. That's what made Loomis a good character. That's what made him a great character. He was the opposite of Michael Myers. He was the one that you got to help you stop Michael Myers. In this movie, Loomis is useless. He's an asshole who you don't care about. Laurie is ruined. Danielle Harris, the only character I cared about in the movie, she gets killed in the film. Brackett, good character, but he doesn't really do anything in the movie besides towards the end. And it's just like, I would rather see Brad Dourif and Danielle Harris more because they're likable characters. It's like, you focus the movie on the wrong characters. It should not be about Laurie Strode. It should not be about Angel Strode, whatever, Angel Myers, whatever her fucking name was. And her going, "Guys, I'm Michael Myers' sister," woo! And going to a party and getting shit-faced, saying, "I want to get shit-faced, guys. She just really, it's like, not likable. It's like, what are you doing with this character? I really didn't get it. And I didn't understand it. I didn't like it either. It's just badly, awfully handled. It really is. And you have music video moments where, and pretty much the rest of the story, like I said, Michael Myers going back to Haddonfield. When he gets there, he starts killing off Laurie's friends and is hunting down Laurie Strode. And you have these music video moments where you have like pumpkin creatures, a skeleton of Michael Myers and a mask on it hanging on the ceiling, like the Last Supper type of thing, but from hell with pumpkin monsters and these goblins and ghouls. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Laurie has visions out of nowhere, these weird dreams of her in a casket. It's like, what is this? Michael Myers sees his mom and talks to her. Like, not talks to her, but she talks to him, and he kind of, like, obeys her orders, stuff like that. It's like, what is this? It really... But in the same hand, it does have some good things, which I'll admit. The death scenes in this movie are some of the most brutal death scenes in the Halloween series. People getting curb stomped, stabbed brutally, stabbed over and over and over again, practically. And it's brutal. This one girl gets her face, like, smashed into a mirror multiple times. And it's very impactful. You know, a guy gets his eye cut like that, his eye cut right here and stabbed. There's a pretty good scene that I like where Laurie's in the house and Michael Myers is busting through the bathroom, you know, door, and I like how it was filmed. I like how Michael Myers looks with the mask torn right here. Half the mask is like that, half of it isn't. The hood over, the hobo look. I like that. It's a pretty interesting new look for Michael Myers. How he has the Bowie knife. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool. He kills these hunters. He impales one guy onto these antlers, and he stabs a chick repeatedly. And, Michael Myers in the movie is not the problem. I mean, he looks cool. He's very dark and brutal in this film. Certain scenes I thought were lit very well. Like that scene where he kills the hunters. That's very well lit and very well done. It looks great. Sometimes the movie looks fantastic, but other times it's so dark and shaky you can't tell what's going on. And it's like, I hate that. This in the first movie is the same problem. Shaky cam, and it's dark, and you can't tell what's going on. But when there is good lighting, it looks decent. I will admit. And also the soundtrack is pretty good. I like the music in the movie. The music has a very worn down, even more worn down than the first movie. It just feels like a more worn down sequel, and I kind of like that look and sound, but the problems, you have a lot of unlikable characters. There's a lot of issue with the script. The script has a lot of holes in it. The whole white horse thing is stupid. The ending is stupid, where Michael Myers takes Laurie to this shack out in the middle of this field, and she sees Michael Myers' mom and Michael Myers as a kid, and she's like, because Loomis actually goes there, because he's like, all of a sudden, that's the third act of the movie. Oh, I want to be a good guy now. It's like, that doesn't fucking work. You've been an asshole this whole movie. You can't just jump at the last minute and be a hero. So he goes there, gets his ass stabbed, and solves nothing. He literally goes in there. She's like, well, I can't move. They're holding me down. He's like, what are you talking about? And Michael Myers takes off the mask and goes, die! And stabs Loomis. And there are multiple endings to this movie. There's this ending, which is where Halloween 4 did it right. This movie doesn't do it right. Where Laurie grabs the Michael Myers mask after Michael Myers is shot by the police by a million times. Michael Myers goes out, gets shot a million times, and falls down. And it's stupid how they made Michael Myers talk and say to Loomis. He literally takes off his mask and looks Loomis in the eyes and goes, die! And there's an expression there in his face. He's a very human face. It's like, do they not know the... Michael Myers is the shape, darkness. He should not have expression on his face when he takes his mask off. But he's just another slasher in this movie. He's just another serial killer in this movie. It's not the shape in this movie. And that's stupid, man. So he stabs Loomis and gets shot by the police and killed. Then Laurie walks out in this cut with the Michael Myers mask on and is about to kill Loomis. She grabs the knife and she gets shot. And the movie ends with her in an asylum or in a hospital or whatever, maybe asylum, looking horrible and just, looks, and the movie ends. She sees a white horse and the movie ends. That's a really dumb ending. And then the theatrical cut, I think she just gets shot by accident. So it's like, really dumb ending. They make you think, did Laurie get killed or not? Is everybody dead or not? I'm like, that's stupid, man. Really awful ending. Awful looking scenes that you can't see what's going on. Shaky cam. Unlikable characters to the point to where they're annoying and just... They're just fucking annoying. That's the bottom line, that they're fucking annoying. And some idiotic stuff. Music video moments. Straight up Rob Zombie's music video. Straight up. It really is. And has good music to it. It has some good scenes, I will admit. The scene where Michael Myers curb stomps the guy and goes into the strip club, that's a good scene. Where Michael Myers flips the car over, lifts the car up, that's a pretty good scene. Michael Myers, break into the bathroom door in the house and the way that it's shot with Laurie Strode being chased by Michael Myers, that was pretty good. The scene where Brackett finds Annie is very emotional. And Brad Dourif deserved an Oscar for that scene because I thought it was really awesome. He sold it very well. The music, his acting, it was heartbreaking. And you hear that it's like a really disturbing death where Michael Myers finds Annie and kills her, but you don't see it. You just hear her getting stabbed and she's screaming. And it's a very, very brutal way to do it. But, yeah, I mean, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is utter dog shit. It's down there with fucking Halloween 5, Resurrection, and H2O. I'm not a fan of it at all. It's a really, really big waste of time, and I don't watch it a lot for a good reason. It's just forgettable, lame-ass movie, and I'm not a fan of it. But anyways, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on Halloween 2 in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. And thanks for watching my rant on Halloween 2, or Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, or H2, as it was called at the time. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review. Hope you guys enjoyed. The Explorer of Horror is out. See you guys later.